Morning and welcome back to Home Renovation Experts. Steve here on this beautiful garden room build, coming along nicely. We have 4 walls, looking very, very tasty. Double French doors going there, hardwood door going there. Now, for those who can't remember, because it's like a couple of days ago when I said this, so this one's going to be clad in Western Red Cedar, which is also going to include this door, which is going to be a hardwood door. I'm going to finish that to make it invisible, or camouflage if you prefer. So that'll all be done later on as well, so it's all rather exciting. But the plan for today is going to be get the OSB 11mm on the outside of these. I'm going to do that before putting the noggins in. The reason I do that is because obviously the boards of the 11mm OSB are perfectly straight. So when I put that on here first, say this back wall, and get the first one across to wherever it's going to land, I can use that board to then straighten these walls left, right and centre. Whereas once I put those internal noggins in, it sort of rigidifies the structure so much that it sort of takes that little bit of flex out. It's not as if it's going to move loads anyway, but it just means I can have that little bit of flexibility. So I'll get the OSB put on the outside of the entire building. Once that's done, I will then go ahead and put the noggins in as well. And that's my plan for the day, see how well I get on. It's going to be 11mm OSB, which is all sort of planted down there, so it's going to be a carrying day today, like bringing it up here and putting it on. The other thing I will show you as well is that I will potentially put one roof truss going away across there to get the angle, try and get my arm in the right angle, like this, and then I'll mark that to get my cut on it as well. So, but I'll probably put the boards on full height and I'll just trim that angle afterwards because that'll make life a little bit easier because it'll be in situ. So let's see how we get on. Right, so first board on, you can see nice and flush with the front edge. I basically put a screw in the bottom just to kind of get this one leveled, and then so got the corner lined up nicely. Screw in the bottom because if I nailed it, you could never remove it and kind of readjust it. So screw in, got it level with the front, put another screw in, so I knew that that was going to be perfect. And in the whole building, I could just push that way or that way, depending. It needs to shift just very slightly in that direction at the top. Once I was happy with that, I put another screw in just to lock it in place from working from the other side, just to secure it. So that one got that one in. Double check levels, make sure I'm happy. Then marked off from the back where I knew my 400 stud was. From there, marked another 400, another 400, put a level marking pencil, and then I just run along with an nailer, go boof, 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 boof. Boof is a technical term, by the way, just in case you was wondering. I then line this board up off to the other one, done exactly the same, and then I spent 30 odd minutes stripping down my nail gun because the trigger stopped working. But needless to say, I've got it fixed, because I can't be asked paying for another one right now, because actually to be fair, that's done quite a bit of work. I can't really complain, but still, if I can keep it working, then happy days. I mean, yes, I'm not a tool expert, and a bit like sort of Lister said in Red Dwarf when he's working on Cryo, there's always a few bits and pieces left over when you do a bit of DIY, but it seems to work all right, so happy days. That was from the switches at the bottom. It's always on bump mode, and it's always on like speed 2, so it's like done. So right, I can now crack on again, but inside you can see it's nice. Create myself a little bit of shade. You can see the top is obviously taller, which is fine. I'll show you how I'm going to trim that down in a little bit once I've got all the boards on all the way around the building. Tool repairman coming at you. Right, it's taken half a day, but there we go. Internally, you now see all the walls are now 11mm OSB, which is very, very nice. But as you can see, it's a tad bit taller than it needs to be, except for the front. I'll tell you about it in a second. All the way around, boom, needs a bit of haircut. So what I've done is, obviously the height that I need to do is to run from there down to the back, right? Simples. So what I've done is the steel that's going in is 160mm. So I've measured that to 150, gone across there, and then just on the other side, I think you can just see a screw head coming out, right? What's the screw for? It's a great question. I'll tell you in a minute. And then just down there, you can just see another screw going right at the base. So what I've done is, I've got my chalk line, I've tied it to the end of the screw. You can see it runs all the way through, comes down here, wrap it around here nice and tight. Now all I've got to do is grab that line, give it a nice pull, and there you go, there's a nice line pinged. And now I'll just take my circular saw on the outside, right on that line, and I've got the perfect angle in one fell swoop. Wait, I mean, you stay here for the tips, but you know, the handsomeness helps, I know. So what I'll do is, I've done that side, I'll ping that side, and then it's just a matter of taking my circular saw, just run it down there, and it's all good and done. And obviously that one at the back, that's just a straight trim because that is the actual height that I need. So yeah, right, I'm gonna get that done, and I'll be back in a second. Right, so like I said, the walls are now up, and so now too are the noggins. Beautiful, aren't they? Now there will be some of you who observe them and go, you missed a bit. Yeah, there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another vertical one in there, because you can see it's sort of a recess. So I'll pad that out of rock wool insulation, put another stud in there, done, and then I'll put the stud going across there like that afterwards. Now, you didn't need to see me do that. You've seen me cut wood a million times, but what I will tell you what I did was, I took the internal measurement from the top to the bottom plate, divided by 2, and also then took into account minus 22.5mm, which is halfway through here, so that the centre of this will run through that exact mark. So all these marks, just run the level. Once I've got the first one, put a massive level across, mark to mark to mark, so that the top of this line is perfect for every single joist running through. So all at the same level, all at the same number, which then means these bays and those bays are the same height and width, which again, when it comes to cut the PR insulation, makes my life a lot easier, except for obviously ones where they're smaller, because this becomes a different room, so the carriers for the plasterboard is different to the OSB, but that's still the same size as that one. So, you know, there you go. So, not a bad day. OSB up, joist in, and a very sweaty Steve. So, it is technically Friday, so drinking night. Brilliant. So, I'll be back Sunday. I will get that uploaded, hopefully on Sunday as well, if the kids will let me. And yeah, crack on. So, have a flipping amazing weekend. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that kind of jazz. I'll see you in a couple of days.